All right, so this week, if you've been watching the stock pages, you noticed a little company called Tesla creeped up to its all-time high, and so it's got a market cap now, Tesla does, of $73 billion. And we thought, who's a better person to talk to about this than Gally Russell over at Hyperchange? The Tesla stock price has gone up really fast, and I have no reason to, I don't know why it's doing that. And we figured, let's talk to a guy who might know why it is actually doing something. Gally, thanks for joining us for this little talk on Tesla stock. What's going on? First of all, is Tesla stock price now actually higher than it's been?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yes, this is the highest Tesla stock price has ever been in its history. We crossed 400 per share. I think the previous high was like 389 about a little over a year ago. So pretty exciting day. And one of my favorite quotes to think about this is, in the short term, the stock market is a voting machine. In the long term, it's a weighing machine. So basically, like, daily stock price movements can be crazy. It's super volatile, but in the long run, the stock price will reflect the value of the underlying company. And in the past few years, I think Tesla's underlying company has made tremendous progress. Like, they had record deliveries, or on their way for record deliveries this year of about 360,000 cars. They're profitable, their revenue's up, but the biggest thing is they're profitable. They really proved the business model. And I think Wall Street's a little bit shorter term thinking than a lot of people watching the show, or me as a long-term investor. And now they're focusing like, wait, okay, Tesla validated their business model. What's happening in 2020? And I just put out a video about this on my channel. Tesla's announced Gigafactory 3 Shanghai. They just built that factory. They announced a new line at Fremont for the Model Y. We're talking huge growth in deliveries, revenue, and they're already profitable. And then you add in with what they're doing with the software sales on top of that. Like, I just think everything's kind of clicked business-wise for Tesla, and now the share price is reacting to the value of the company increasing.
Now, do you think there's some psychological thing about $400 a share that gets into people's minds where they start to go like, oh, wow, we're at a new level for the stock price, I'm going to buy some?
Some people, but I tend to just not look too much into that and just not get too excited when it goes up, not get too excited when it goes down, knowing it's going to be volatile and, like, honestly somewhat random. Like, I've thought Tesla stock was undervalued for the past year or two and have been buying all year. And then now in the past month or two, it decided to pop. What has really changed since then? Is Tesla that much of a different company than it was a month ago? No, they've been just one step in front of the other. It's just now the market has decided to realize that.
Now, we follow Tesla daily, right? You know everything that's going on up to the minute, so do we. And so when the stock moves, a lot of times I think we're like, oh, so was it that last little tweet? Or, but I think we're looking at it wrong, right? I think that the general market is probably a few weeks or months behind us on what they know is going on. So do you think that this new stock price increase has been caused by something that we kind of knew about a while ago?
Kind of. Well, just that Tesla is the future and they continue to execute on their business plan, I think is really what's going on here. And I think one big thing about technology companies like Tesla is, I spend a lot of my time looking at the technology they're developing, their product roadmap years into the future. And Wall Street and analysts are looking at the past financial statements. And I think, Tesla was a startup. They were growing rapidly. They were losing money. They were investing in all this crazy stuff, which now has paid off. And so it's like Wall Street had to wait to see that work on the financial statement before they believed it, while everyone else had been following the technology, knew Tesla was ahead in batteries, knew Tesla was ahead in self-driving. But I think that's kind of the disconnect that we're seeing. And now the financials are catching up to all this exciting tech Tesla's developing, and the story's kind of clicking for these Wall Street people.
All right, well, thank you so much, Gally, for joining us on Tesla Time News. It's always such a pleasure to have you, and we look forward to talking to you next time.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, so if you invested a year ago in Tesla stock, you just made yourself about 25% gain on the year.
Right. And if you bought, like I did, at the lowest point of Tesla, that was earlier this year, back in June, you'd have made a lot more.
Thanks for watching this clip. You can watch the whole episode by clicking this card or by clicking the link in the video description down below. Now you know.